love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. A whirlwind has taken over Philadelphia, and fans can feel the electricity pulsing through the air as whispers become roars and speculation becomes the kind of noise that keeps an entire sports city awake at night. Word is spreading fast that TYREEK Hill, the explosively fast superstar who has redefined what a wide receiver can be, is heading straight for the Eagles' nest. No one knows exactly how this surfaced, and no one can pinpoint the moment the rumor slipped out into the open, but once it did, it hit the fan base like a jolt of pure adrenaline. People are stopping in their tracks, refreshing their phones, sharing screenshots, and firing off messages in disbelief, because this is the kind of move that shakes a franchise to its core. Some insiders are hinting that this isn't just smoke, that something bigger might truly be forming behind the scenes. And if it turns out to be real, Philadelphia is about to witness one of the most electrifying arrivals in recent memory. Fans are reacting as if destiny itself decided to intervene, sending them a weapon that changes everything instantly. The whispers only grow louder as local analysts, former players, and even national personalities start commenting with that careful mixture of caution and excitement, the kind you hear when something massive might actually be forming. One moment it feels impossible, the next moment it feels like the most Philadelphia thing that could ever happen, a sudden, bold, blockbuster-style shift that turns doubt into momentum. People are imagining TYREEK Hill lined up in midnight green, exploding down the field with his unmatched acceleration, forcing defensive coordinators into panic mode before the ball even leaves the quarterback's hands. The idea alone has fans pacing in their living rooms, imagining the chaos he'd create in opposing secondaries, imagining how the entire offense would open like a door being kicked off its hinges. Philadelphia thrives on intensity, on passion, on believing in something bigger, and right now this rumor is feeding the city the purest form of hope. Whether it's insiders speaking cryptically or fan pages piecing together clues, the sense that something monumental is brewing refuses to quiet down. Inside the team facility, according to those who claim to have connections, the mood is mysterious but undeniably charged. There's talk that key figures within the organization have been unusually silent, that certain doors are staying closed longer than usual, and that small groups of decision-makers have been seen holding longer, more private conversations. While none of this confirms anything on its own, together it creates an energy that fans immediately recognize. The calm before a storm, the kind of stillness that appears right before an announcement sends shockwaves across the entire sports landscape. People are starting to imagine how the coaching staff might adjust their schemes, how the locker room would react to such a game-changing addition, and how the city itself would ignite the moment the news becomes official. Every small detail feels like fuel. Every vague statement feels like a breadcrumb. And Philadelphia is following the trail with the intensity of a city that lives for moments exactly like this. The buzz on social media has transformed from confusion to outright celebration, with fans already creating highlight edits, mock jersey designs, and dream scenarios that feature TYREEK Hill's blazing speed tearing apart defenses while the crowd erupts in full-throated celebration. Even though nothing has been formally confirmed, people are treating the rumor as if it were already carved into stone. Memes are flying, reaction videos are emerging, and comment sections are bursting with disbelief, joy, and that signature Philadelphia swagger that always appears when the fan base senses that its team is about to do something huge. It's not just excitement. It's a wave of anticipation so strong that people can almost hear the roar of the stadium the moment Hill steps onto the field. Fans are calling friends, debating scenarios, arguing about how the offense would instantly transform into one of the most dangerous units in the entire league. Even skeptics are starting to admit that if there's any truth to this rumor, the Eagles might be positioning themselves for something extraordinary. Among players around the league, there's a noticeable shift too. Some have dropped subtle hints in interviews. Others have posted cryptic emojis that fans are dissecting with the intensity of detectives handling a high-profile case. There's chatter about how TYREEK Hill has always thrived in high-energy environments, how his personality and playstyle fit perfectly with the relentless passion Philadelphia is famous for. The rumor has reached locker rooms everywhere, triggering conversations about what kind of impact he could bring not just to the offense, but to the entire identity of the team. Hill's elite speed isn't just a physical trait, it's a psychological weapon. The mere idea of him wearing midnight green causes defensive backs to rethink their life choices. Players know it, coaches know it, and if he truly joins the Eagles, the ripple effect across the league will be immediate. Some believe this move could shift the balance of power in the conference, and that's exactly why the rumor refuses to die. The heartbeat of the city is thumping louder as Philadelphia's most passionate fans gather in bars, group chats, and online spaces, exchanging theories, dissecting quotes, and convincing themselves that this isn't just wishful thinking. They know what TYREEK Hill represents: fireworks, instant fear for opponents, and a level of playmaking that changes game plans before the season even begins. The rumor has taken the natural optimism of the fan base and cranked it up to full volume. People are imagining celebrations, imagining unforgettable plays, imagining the city rising together as one of the league's most explosive players arrives to elevate everything the team touches. Philadelphia is a city that doesn't just support its team, it breathes through it. And right now, the whole city feels like it's inhaling one massive breath before unleashing the loudest celebration imaginable. The second part continues with the same length and style. The excitement grows even more intense as fans begin to speculate about the internal dynamics such a move could ignite, imagining how TYREEK Hill's presence might challenge the rest of the roster to elevate their game to an entirely new level. The locker room is already known for its strong personalities and relentless work ethic, but adding someone with Hill's pedigree brings the kind of energy that forces everyone to raise their standards. People are imagining players staying late after practice, pushing harder, competing faster, knowing they're sharing the field with a generational talent who lives in the spotlight of constant expectation. The rumor alone has energized the conversation, but if it becomes real, this team could morph into an offensive juggernaut that feeds off every bit of confidence Hill brings with him. Fans understand that star power doesn't just change plays, it changes culture. Around the city, sports talk shows are running non-stop debates, replaying old highlights and discussing hypothetical scenarios as if they're analyzing a major breaking story. Hosts are arguing passionately, callers are firing off emotional reactions, and everyone is trying to frame exactly what this potential addition would mean for a franchise already loaded with ambition. The wild part is how natural the idea feels. It's almost as if TYREEK Hill and the Eagles were always destined to cross paths, and now the moment might finally be arriving. People are comparing his potential impact to some of the biggest arrivals in recent memory, suggesting that this move wouldn't just energize the offense, it would redefine the entire identity of the team. Every angle is being explored, every theory is being tossed around, and every second a rumor lingers, the excitement grows stronger. In the digital world, content creators are racing to drop videos, thumbnails, headlines, and live streams centered around the swirling story. Some speak cautiously, others recklessly feed the hype, but all acknowledge the same thing. This rumor is a gold mine of pure adrenaline. The fan base is locked in, refreshing notifications, watching breakdowns, and clicking on every new update with the hunger of a city that thrives on emotion. The possibility of seeing TYREEK Hill in midnight green is driving record engagement, with fans posting predictions, simulated plays, and even hypothetical interviews showing what his arrival would mean. These creators know their audience, and right now that audience is starving for every detail, no matter how small. The rumor has turned into a full-blown movement, one that grips the digital space and refuses to let go. Back near the team's operations center, those who claim to have insider knowledge are hinting that conversations have been happening behind closed doors for longer than anyone expected. They say this didn't appear out of nowhere, that this isn't just a random spark, but rather the visible tip of something much more deliberate and carefully executed. The narrative now is that the front office has been evaluating the possibility for some time, analyzing the fit, the impact, the cost, and the legacy such a move would create. While official statements remain silent, the atmosphere around the organization is thick with the kind of tension that usually precedes something massive. No one inside the building is confirming anything, but nobody is denying it either. For fans, that's more than enough to keep the fire raging. As the rumor spreads across national platforms, commentators begin to explore the broader implications of the move, suggesting that Tyreek Hill joining the Eagles would instantly shift how every opponent prepares to face them. Teams that previously focused on containing the run or controlling the pocket would now have to devote entire game plans to preventing Hill from unleashing his trademark burst downfield. Some analysts argue that his presence alone forces defenses into mistakes, stretching them out until they're vulnerable in areas they normally control. Others emphasize how much he opens opportunities for everyone around him, creating a ripple effect that elevates the entire roster. Regardless of the angle, one thing remains consistent. The idea of Hill in Philadelphia terrifies defensive coordinators everywhere. Across the fan base, the excitement transforms from simple rumor-induced energy into full-blown anticipation as supporters begin imagining the first time Tyreek Hill sprints across the field wearing Eagles colors. They can see it already, the crowd roaring, the commentators shouting, the entire city erupting in a moment so powerful it feels like it would shake the stadium to its foundations. Philadelphia has always been a city that embraces stars differently, loving them fiercely, demanding the best from them, and celebrating them louder than anywhere else. With this rumor reaching a fever pitch, fans are ready to welcome Tyreek Hill with open arms, convinced that his arrival could mark the beginning of a new era, one defined by speed, swagger, and the unshakable belief that something special is on the horizon. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The rumor has now reached a point where even the most skeptical fans are starting to give in, feeling that familiar Philadelphia sensation that something huge might be about to break. The conversations have shifted from if to when, and that subtle change in tone has completely transformed the atmosphere around the fan base. People are imagining Tyreek Hill walking into the facility for the first time, cameras flashing, teammates reacting with shock, and the entire football world pausing to absorb what just happened. They picture him laughing with coaches, shaking hands with players who already know his arrival would elevate every workout, every rep, every snap. It's almost surreal how naturally he fits into the city's identity in these discussions, as if the city's energy and his explosive style were always meant to collide. Fans can't shake the feeling that Philadelphia is on the brink of something monumental, and they're clinging to every clue like it's the final piece of the puzzle. Behind the scenes, insiders claim there is a growing sense of urgency, the kind that only appears when negotiations reach a point where one decision can alter the future of a franchise. Sources whisper that subtle movements within the organization, unexpected meetings, private calls, unusual scheduling, are signs that the front office is aligning itself for a high-stakes moment. These are the kinds of signals fans have learned to recognize over the years, those tiny shifts in behavior that hint at something bigger happening under the surface. Even though no one is speaking publicly, the silence itself feels telling, almost strategic, as if the team is waiting for the exact moment to unleash the kind of announcement that would dominate every conversation in the sports world. Philadelphia thrives on these moments of suspense, and right now, the suspense is intoxicating. Across the city, the excitement has turned into a shared pulse, uniting fans from every corner as they imagine the chaos, the celebrations, and the unstoppable energy Tyreek Hill could bring the instant he steps onto the field. People are gathering in bars, texting in group chats, and flooding live streams, convinced that they're witnessing the build-up to a historic shift. The anticipation is so strong that even neutral observers can feel it, acknowledging how perfectly Hill's presence would amplify everything the Eagles already represent. aggression, passion, and a relentless desire to dominate. The vibe is unmistakable. Philadelphia is ready. Ready for the fireworks, ready for the speed, ready for the swagger, ready for the arrival that could redefine an entire era. And until an official statement finally drops, the city will continue living in this electric state, convinced that something extraordinary is about to unfold. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.